Hey guys, welcome back to Ignite Fitness. Today for our bonus activity in our March challenge, I'm going to give you this quick little video to work on some hip mobility. We're going to open up those hips, give them a really good stretch, and start working on finding a little bit more motion and movement in our hip center. Okay, so let's get started. We're just going to go into some hip circles to start with. So I just do a little step and we're just going to round and open those hips. We're just going to do this so that we're warming them up. You don't have to warm up before you do this. This is just a little bonus activity, and it's just going to start bringing some motion into those hips, training them to open up, release. A few more like this. Beautiful. Okay, come on down to the mat. We're going to go into a nice hip flexor stretch here. So the hip flexor is this nice little muscle here, right in the front of our leg. So we're going to take our one knee forward, keeping our back knee down, and we're just going to press into that front knee, and we're going to start to feel that stretch here. Sometimes it helps if you give your arms a little stretch as well. Interlace the fingers behind your back and press it open, really leaning into that stretch. Our hips, especially if we're working in office jobs, which a majority of us are, spending a lot of time sitting, and you know when you sit in front of a computer all day, on Zoom calls or whatever else you have going on, whether you're writing, working on, Microsoft or Word or whatever you're doing, is that you become so zoned out. I'm just pressing into that hip here. You can just see what I'm doing just to get a little bit more deeper motion. We zone out, and then when we come home, we want to zone out even more because we're burnt out from that screen time all day. So you just kind of want to lay on the couch or watch TV. And that really creates like a really tight space for our hips. All right, switching sides. This time, instead of taking our hands behind our back, we're going to take them up. So finding that comfortable zone, finding where you feel that stretch in the front of that hip flexor. Take the arms up. Just explore this stretch. Enjoy how it feels. Beautiful. It's always when I just kind of nice to rock in that front leg. Find a little bit more mobility in that hip. Good, give it a little press, just get a little deeper in there. Adjust the foot if you have to. Find what feels good. Right on. Okay, we're going to switch it up. We're going to go into a pigeon stretch now. So we're going to take our front leg, bring it in front of us. So if you're trying to get this foot parallel, I'm not quite there in my hip mobility yet. But we're just going to find a nice position here, and we're going to open up that side booty. So coming down, you can stay up on the hands or come down onto the forearms. And if you feel like you're ready, you can come straight down. My body is feeling very, very tight, and my glutes right now. So I'm just going to stay up on my forearms and just explore this stretch. Find where it feels good. Beautiful. And when you're ready, put your hands down, and we're just going to switch sides. Remember, this doesn't have to be an intense workout. This is our rest day, so this is just a little bit of active recovery for our hips here. Make sure that you do your meditation today. Take those 10 minutes for yourself to just unwind, quiet your mind. Focus on your breath and flood that body with oxygen. That's going to help repair the muscles too. That nice deep breathing. Oh, this feels just like heaven. Beautiful. Okay, come on up to center. Take your feet together, and we're going to go into a nice butterfly stretch. So you got the soles of your feet planted together, grabbing onto those toes. You can put your elbows onto your legs, so we're pushing the knees down and leaning forward. Just finding some nice openness in those hips. Some nice deep breaths here. And squeeze your core tight and round that lower back. You might find some pressure relief on that lower back as you round as well. Beautiful. Keeping one foot inside, taking one leg out. Flex and point that toe, and we're going to start to open up the inside of our thigh here. Reach for that toe, turning your body towards the side. You can look out in front. You're also going to get a nice side body stretch here. And if you can, just bring your body down. Feels so good. Stretching out the hamstring in the back, opening up that inner thigh, rotating those hips outward. Beautiful. And we'll come up and switch sides. So taking that leg in, opposite leg out. Reaching, finding that nice stretch in the side body. This just feels so good to me right now. The workouts that we've been doing, I can really feel the tightness in my muscles up the side here and the back of my legs. So this just feels like heaven right now. And if you can, bring your head down. And really just explore the space in your upper back. Wiggle till you find the stretch that you're looking for. Right on. And for our last stretch, we're going to take our legs out into a straddling position. We're going to point and flex our toes a little bit here. And we're just going to start engaging those inner thigh muscles. And then we're just going to slowly walk our hands forward. Wherever you feel comfortable, if you're good here, if you're good up here, you want to come down to those forearms. And if you have the motion, you have the flexibility, come on down to the floor. You can put your head right on the floor. Right now my body's telling me forearms is good, Danielle. That's where we're at today. Give yourself credit with the flexibility, right? Whenever we're working different muscle groups, right, we're contracting those muscles. So what you might feel so flexible one day when your muscles are really warm and stuff, and other days you might feel really tight and you might not have that same range of motion. That's okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna come back up onto our feet now. And we're just gonna work with that motion in our thighs. So we're just gonna drop into a sumo squat here. Just place your hands on your thighs and we're just gonna start rocking in here. Pressing those knees outward. Don't put your hands on your knees, the inside of your thighs is good. And just start finding that motion in those hips. Just a rocking side to side. It doesn't have to be fast, it doesn't have to be sporadic. We're just rocking. And as you start to warm up in your hips, if you can start to bring your hands down to the mat, and we could just rock side to side, lifting that opposite foot, finding that nice opening through our inside of our hips here. Just really embracing how that feels. Really stretching the inner thighs, finding that nice motion in the body. Start to kind of flow like a wave. And keeping these hips nice and open, released and relaxed as we go through our workouts is so important too, guys. It's going to prevent any injuries, and it's also going to help with your strength and your recovery time. And when we have really tight hips, when we start working our glutes and our hamstring muscles, even our core, it could tighten everything up. So you got to really just keep that nice and loose. Just rocking wherever it feels good. And if you have the range of motion, you can either stay up here, right, in goddess, or if you feel like you can come all the way down into goddess pose, just really feel that opening up here. This is such a fabulous pose for women. It's great for immunity, which is also important right now. So we're just gonna sit here for a second. If you feel like you need to rock in that position, you can, and just find your breath. Pressing those palms together. Alright, let's place our hands on the ground. Press those hips up. And just lean into a nice forward fold here. And again, we're just going to bend our knees, rock side to side. Come back to standing one more time. Let's just drop into those legs for sumo. And this time we're just going to press each shoulder individually, opening up the hips further and also stretching through that upper back. Last one. And come on up, nice big breath. Well done, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. If you're feeling like you could use a little bit more, you can totally repeat this little exercise 1, 2, 3, or 4 times until you find that nice openness in your hips. We'll see you guys on the mat tomorrow. Bye.